Hi, friends. Welcome back to Live at the Roxy on this Sunday. If you're on the East Coast, Monday, Labor Day weekend, it's September. It's technically in the West Coast 2 more hours of being in August, but it's pretty much fucking September, which is nuts. Just absolute bad shit. What are we talking about tonight? A lot of different things. Number one, I love doing these late night shows because we get a different crowd. We get the same crowd, but we get a different crowd. Some of you guys are overseas. Some of you guys are hammered. Some of you guys are just non-sleepers. Some of you got it's a different vibiana. And it's a 3-day weekend. So I'm really hoping that we're bringing the vibes. That's what I'm hoping. I know you guys don't have work tomorrow. I do have work tomorrow, starting in the morning. But it's like doing this on a Saturday. So I was like, okay, we're going to do a late night stream. And anytime I do the late night streams, I feel like they get a little quirky. So let's get a little quirky. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Super chat in. Questions, comments, concerns. Or watch it on the repeat. If you want to get a good night's sleep, go on, BB. You are more than welcome to. The late night show is not for everybody, but if it is for you, welcome. I'm so happy you're here. Pull up a seat. Enjoy your time. Maybe pour yourself a glass of wine. Have a little toke. Maybe put on some jazz. Whatever it is you want to do. Happy to be here with you. I have had a insane in the membrane weekend. And we'll talk about it. But I also want to talk about some other people who have had crazy weekends. Lil Nas X. I didn't even know I didn't want to put Lil Nas X's image in the thumbnail. And I didn't want to phrase anything wrong in the title. It's like, what is happening? I don't want to call it a scandal. I don't want to call it a arrest, even though it is. I don't want to call it an episode. We don't know exactly the full extent. So I just said Lil Nas X. But we'll talk about what we know about what's going on. Cardi B's testimony this week was insane. So we can talk about that. Plus on Sundays, we talk about TV a lot. So Peacemaker. Are You My First? I binged it. If you don't know what that is the show where they put a bunch of virgins on an island together and saw what happened. Whoa. And whatever it is you guys want to talk about. Plus, like I said, my week can be crazy, so we will discuss. Streamlabs in, super chat in, chit chat in, fit fat in, bit bad in. Just let it rock. I have had way too much to drink this weekend. That's not fully fair. I haven't had anything to drink today because I just went from rehearsal dinner to the next day at wedding, to the next day at 30th birthday party and karaoke. And it's just like 3 days of having any drinks in a row is for a 34-year-old. That is a young man's game. Not that I'm not young, but I ain't that young. I ain't 3 drinking days in a row young. So today was supposed to be a day drinking day. And I was like, no, rocks. We are actually tapped out. We do not have it in us to contribute alcoholically. Not alcoholically. Alcoholy. Y'all know what I mean. But okay, so on Thursday, I saw you guys on Wednesday. On Thursday, I went to go do the rehearsal in the daytime and then do the rehearsal dinner for my friend's wedding. And it was in Simi Valley, which is hot as balls this time of year. And it was at this most beautiful venue, this place called Quail Ranch. Y'all can look it up. That shit is so nice. And it was a really fun rehearsal. She's been on the show before, my friend Lauren LaGrasso. She is a musician, so she also did a performance, a song that she wrote for her husband a month after meeting him. And it's the first time I've ever heard the song, and I've heard all of her songs. It's the first time she's ever performed it. And it was fucking amazing. It was so beautiful. In fact, I actually think I have some footage of it. It basically just was like she knew he was the one. It was so beautiful. She got on stage and did it. Okay, wait. Let's see if you can hear it. Okay.
Give me elation and tease. Where do you come from? Never been more myself and more. Please.
Oh no, low battery.
Think I'm falling in love. You say exactly what is on your mind and heart.
For the
It's
baby.
like forever, and it's only at the start. I say, I feel forever in you. I see forever in your eyes. And I can't believe I'm saying this. Usually this love stuff's too corny for me. I can't lie forever in you.
It was just so beautiful. And so I think that was an extra special something. It's like to perform for him, but in front of everybody with this beautiful song. And I was so proud of her and so happy for her. And I was staying with my friend Ash, and we had a really good time together. And then her actual wedding was the next day. So it was a wake up at 6 a.m. situation. I was really proud of myself, though, because I woke up that morning and I went to the gym because I've been really trying to do my yoga Pilates every day. Not every day, but like 5 days a week. And I wasn't able to do it on Thursday because of everything. So I was like, oh, Friday, I really, really want to do it. And I wanted to have a little time for myself. So I woke up early. I went and did that. And then for 8 a.m., we were getting ready with the bride all the way until 1:30 in the morning. So it was like a whole day. We got there. We watched her get ready. We got ready. Most of the bridesmaids were getting their hair and makeup done, but it was hundreds of dollars to do that. So I did my own hair and makeup because I'm decent at it, and it's already costing me so much money every wedding. So I was like, I'm not paying $300 to have my hair done. I just no. And so yeah, I did my own. I thought it turned out pretty good still. It's like obviously nothing compared to what the hairstylists and makeup artists were doing, but I did the best that I could. And then we got ready at the hotel. Then we went to the venue, which was so beautiful. There was a pool and fountains and like so many lights and trees. And it was just this beautiful home. And we had, they had like a lot of like, I want to call it craft services, but that's not what it's called when it's somebody's wedding. Power bars and fruit and that kind of thing. Waters and tequila, which was nice, especially the tequila part. And then, so that is until 4. So basically from 8 a.m. until 4 p.m. was getting ready, which that's a lot of time to get ready, but it was fun because I really liked the girls in her bridal party. There was this one girl who was from Michigan, which is where Lauren's from, who I like hit it off with so well. You know, when you are with somebody all day and then it's like, this feels like my actual friend. I love this girl. She's amazing. We were just chatting about everything. I adored her energy. And she leaves to go back to Michigan. We follow each other on Instagram. I'm so sad. I'm like, I want this to be my new friend. She doesn't live here. She was awesome though. Like just so much fun, bundle of joy, just one of those great people that you're just immediately like, oh, mwah, thank you for being awesome and getting it and being open and like talking about real conversations. She was just fucking great. So me, Ash, and her hung a lot, but everybody in the party was great. And I knew a couple people from the bachelorette party, so it was nice to be able to like know some of the people there. Plus, my friend Johnny, who you guys might know as Johnny Cakes. He was on the show Is It Cake? Him and I used to host together at AfterBuzz, which is also how I know Lauren and how I know Ashley. So Johnny and Lauren grew up together, and Johnny was one of the bridesmaids. I don't know if that's what it's called when you're a guy, but bridespeople is I think what they called it. And I hadn't seen him in a while, so it was really great to talk to him and catch up with him. So, and I love Johnny. He's just awesome. So they're just great people, great vibes, great energy. And then I love weddings where you're like, okay, I'm going to dance the whole time. Also, I have to say it was like the best food I've ever had at a wedding. The food was genuinely electric, and a lot of wedding food sucks. So the rehearsal food was amazing. The actual wedding food was amazing. It was so much food and so much fun. You guys know I've been having issues with my food intake. So my stomach hurt a lot afterwards because I couldn't even go slow. I was like eating. And I was like, fuck. And my stomach hurt a lot afterwards, but it was still great. And then we went to an after party. They rented out this place or the back room of a place that was sick. And then we went back home. And then in the morning there was a brunch, like a casual brunch the next day, like a grab and go kind of situation. So I got to see her, and then she left for her honeymoon, and I came home, and then I immediately got ready. I went to see Grammy, make sure she was cool, then came home, immediately got ready, and went to my friend Jess Lucero's 30th birthday party, which was a Sex and the City themed dinner and karaoke night. So that was wild child also, which I'll tell you guys about in a second. Let's go to Streamlabs first, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Let's see what's going on with you guys. Okay. First super chatter ever. Must be you, Lloyd Nance. Team Stryer. That's true about you. The Domple in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer says, hey, Roxy, good evening. Finally able to catch a live stream. Meant to ask this last week. Have you checked out the Fallout Season 2 trailer? If so, what are your thoughts and expectations after seeing how Last of Us Season 2 went? What's the correlation between Fallout and Last of Us? Just both video game shows for Season 2, you mean? My expectations for Fallout don't change after Last of Us because they're both going on source material. But I loved Last of Us Season 2. And I loved Last of Us Season 1. And I loved Fallout Season 1. And I'm really excited for Fallout Season 2. I didn't think that the trailer was as exceptional as people thought it was. I thought it was fine. But I'm already stoked about Fallout. So it didn't need to grab me. I'm already in. Yeah. I hope that other people like it as much because it was a bummer that people didn't like The Last of Us. It's hard to cover a show that people aren't liking. When does Fallout come out? When is it? I have Lauren's song stuck in my head. I see forever in you. What is everybody's karaoke song? So last night, and also, okay, let me show you guys something. For Sex and the City themed party, I wore this Carrie Bradshaw outfit. So this is a Carrie Bradshaw outfit that I've always thought was absolutely iconic when she went to the Hamptons. Love it. I ordered this red skirt off of Amazon that I kind of thought looked like that. And I ordered the hat and had that bathing suit. So I was like, okay, I've got this. And then I went away for Lauren's wedding. When I came back, it was the day of Jess's thing. So I go to try on the skirt and it didn't fit me. So I was like, fuck, what do I do? So here is me and my girl, Steph's a bra. But you guys can see hold on. Can you see the skirt that I'm wearing? Let's see if it focuses. Okay, let me try to focus on a different picture. Can you see the skirt? Kind of. Looks like a little wrap skirt. There you go. There you can see it. It's like, okay. So that's the skirt. It's a cape from my Superman outfit. I took a red Superman cape and I tied it around my waist as a skirt because I didn't know what to do because I had 30 minutes to get ready for an outfit I had planned. The skirt didn't fit me. So I was like, what do I have that's red? I didn't have a red skirt. So I took the Superman cape and I tied it around my waist and was like, fuck it, good enough. But I felt like I nailed the assignment. Like It's a Sex and the City themed party. It's very clear. I tried. I've got Carrie's outfit on. I'm going for it. So then I'm on the phone with my sister today, and she's like, "How was the party?" I was like, "It was good. Did you see my pictures on Instagram?" She said, "Yeah." I said, "What?" And she said, "I did not think you did a good job with your fit." I was like, "What?" She was like, "I did not like it at all." No one will be more savage to you than your sister. I was like, I really felt like I nailed it. She was like, I mean, you definitely dressed in theme. And I was like, oh, yeah, I dressed in theme and I thought I looked good. She was like, it did not look good. The audacity was humbled real quick. I was like, okay, well, I've been working out and trying to be healthy and putting together outfits and really thought about this one. And she was like, mm-mm. I was cracking up. Like, she's like, come back down to earth. That was not a cute fit. And I'm like, okay, I wouldn't have worn it just randomly, but it was a theme party. She was like, okay, but here's the thing. The rest of your friends didn't do the assignment the way you did the assignment, which is true. Like, I specifically copied one outfit of Carrie's, and the rest of my friends, who are all like absolute fucking stunners, by the way, you can look at my Instagram if you want this to be clear, but the rest of my friends just dressed like in as if they were on the show, but not like as specific as I did. Just what the show kind of was a vibe to them. She was like, so they were all in like cute outfits that they felt like was Sex and the City vibe. And you were in a not cute outfit that looked like a character. I guess she's kind of right, but also for somebody who got ready in 30 minutes after a bender of a wedding and had to tie a cape around my waist. Come on. My harshest critic. Love her. Feel like yes, thank you, Mel. I followed the assignment. Sex and the City themed party. It wasn't dress as cool as you can party. I was like, my eye is on the prize. So that. Anyway, though, it was a fun dinner. But I will say this, and I enjoyed it, but it was the longest dinner I've ever been to in my life. It was like a 4-hour dinner. There was so many courses. So here's the best part. There was a lot of great parts, but my friend, so we're in a group of 5. That group of friends. It's Steph, who you guys know obviously very well, my fellow world girl forever. It's Jess Lucero, who's been on this show before. Also, I brought her on DJ's show before. Also, I've talked about her a bajillion times. It's my friend Hey Jay, who has been on this show before too, back during the pandemic. And it's my friend Yaz, who moved to Singapore this year. And it just so happened that Yaz is the maid of honor in a wedding in the U.S. So she was back in the U.S. It just so happened for Jess at the same time, Jess's birthday, and she was able to make it to this. So I was so excited, and I got to talk to Yaz for a while, and it was so great to catch up with her. But one thing that we've been doing, the 5 of us, that's been amazing, is we do this thing called Waffle Wednesday, where every Wednesday, when Yaz was leaving, we decided to do this because we wanted to find a way to keep in touch. So every Wednesday, we each send a video in the group. It could be a minute, it could be 4 minutes. And with that video, we say kind of like what's happened with our week and kind of respond to each other's past weeks or whatever. And so I've been very caught up on their lives, even more so than when Yaz lived here, because every week we send this video to each other, giving like work updates, life updates, how we're feeling, whatever it is. So I highly suggest you do this, especially if you don't get to see your friends enough. So when I saw her, it's not like she had to tell me 80 stories in order to catch up. We could kind of start where we were. And I was like, okay, so what was going on with this thing that you said, this thing that you said? So catching up with her was fucking amazing. She also brought me a present from Singapore. That was really sweet. She brought each of us, it's like this, I don't have it in here, but it's like these strings and they all have different meanings. And mine was to find my partner, which I thought was so sweet because of the 5 of us. I'm the only one. Yaz is married. Steph is married. Jess is engaged. And Hay lives with her long-term boyfriend. So I'm the only one who's single. And so I thought that was really cute. She was like, here's the hoping, baby, which I'll take it. Some Singaporean luck. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. And that. Oh, you do Waffle Wednesday with your besties? Brandy, that's great. So anyway, that was really, 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 really nice to see her. And then most people had to go home, but some of us went to karaoke afterwards. And I love karaoke, but it's also making my voice so sore today because, man, do I leave it all out there on the court. I'd be singing Skateboard top of my lungs. And today I'm like, why'd you do that, Rox? Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Super chat in. Send questions, comments, concerns, bits, bots, thoughts, and twats. I wanted to know what your guys' karaoke song is. Last night, what did Steph and I do? We brought the house down. Once Steph left, I did Ironic Alanis Morissette. I'm the only person who got 2 100s on the karaoke machine. I did Ironic Alanis Morissette. And then what was the other one I got 100 for? Oh, Wonderwall, Oasis. But the first one I did was Steph, was my boo, Usher. And we got a 95 and annihilated. It was a lot of fun. I love karaoke. We got a bunch of soju, which was delicious. What are your karaoke songs? Why don't you want to tell me? You think I'll steal them? Usually I do rock music, like Seven Nation Army. But this was not the crowd for that. Jess has a lot of influencer friends because that's kind of like what she does. So it was so funny. I didn't know some of them, but it was Jess's brother, her fiance, brother's wife, and then like some of the people were like extra, like 22-year-olds that are like influencers. So it was definitely a like cool kid crowd. And even when I did Alanis Morissette, Ironic, the vast majority of them didn't know it. Luckily, this girl, Hannah Kosh, who's really good friends with Jess, she knew it and sang with me. And like I said, we got 100. So Ain't No Rest for the Wicked. That's a good one. Weezer songs. That's good. I feel you on that. Good job, guys. You guys are talking about Fifth Harmony and Jonas Brothers. Are you just randomly talking about that? Or are those your songs? Gloria. That's a great one. There's this one guy who was hammered who kept picking songs by like Adele, Whitney Houston. And I was like, you can't be a not good singer and pick those songs. Those are songs for the singers. Like, lower the bar. Love is Battlefield. That's great. Great. Don't Stop Believing. Yep. No Rain. Excellent choice. A lot of good ones. Solid picks. Of course you guys gave solid picks. You're the rock stars. Hell yeah. Get a little tipsy, send in Streamlabs. That's my advice for tonight. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Shout out to first super chatter ever, Lloyd Nance, and the Domple for being, and what is a Domple? For being our 2 Streamlabsers of the day so far. Okay, so then I did that. And then today, my friend was throwing a Labor Day barbecue, which was so nice. As you guys know, I've been saying yes to everything. If I'm invited to something, I'm going to try to say yes. And so I went to the Labor Day barbecue, but I decided to drive there because I was like, I am super, super dedicated to showing up for my friends' events and also dedicated to not drinking today because your girl needed the day off. And so I went to that and it was so much fun. It was beautiful out today. They made burgers and sausages and oh my God, the last night dinner, it was so good, but I was having stomach issues again. And I almost couldn't go to karaoke because I was having such stomach issues, but I didn't want to bail. So today I was like, fuck, I need to like really try to take it easy. So I was trying to be gentle with what I was eating, but anyway, I'm going to still make a smoothie for dinner tonight after this. But that was the party, and a lot of my friends were there. It's kind of interesting. I don't know if any of you guys feel this way or the opposite way, but almost everything I go to now, every person is with their spouse. It's all couples and me, and that doesn't feel good. Like, I love being there and I love my friends, but it is, and I'm in a really good place right now, and I've been super happy recently, but it is so not fun to always be the single girl at a party. This party had a couple. There was two other single girls, one of them who doesn't live here and was visiting, and one of them who I'd never met before. But other than that, it's like 30 couples. And it's always like, wow, how am I the one who has not found anybody? But alas, there I am. So, and I get, like, people ask me it every time I meet new people. They're like, oh, you're not seeing anybody? How come? I'm like, I do not know how to answer that question. If I knew how come, perhaps I would be. They're like, are you not dating? I'm like, no, I am dating. Plenty. I went on a date this last week. I think I told you guys that. There will not be a second date with that person. Let me tell you, you guys want to hear a story that he told me that I was like, what? I was kind of baffled by. Let me know if you do. Streamlabs in, super chat in. Where are y'all at today? I'll tell you guys the story that he told me that I was just like, man, you and I are on different pages. But yeah, okay, so that was that. And Brandy, you found Justin later in life, partially due to me. I feel like it's time to return the favor. Who are you going to set me up with? When are you going to start a channel in which I am your fan and come in? I'm obsessed with you. Love you, girly. Illy, Boston babe. And then another guy comes onto it. And then that is my man. Because that's the only way to return the favor. Let me know. Did you guys see the Lil Nas X stuff? Did you see it? It was really upsetting to watch. If you don't know, there's footage of Lil Nas X walking around in his underwear, like singing and kind of delirious seeming, walking down the street. And then he was later on arrested and hospitalized. And now his dad has come out talking about it. And it seems like a lot of websites are describing this as a breakdown. So let me tell you guys what's going on. And I'm curious how you guys feel about the situation. Again, it's not really ours to know, but he's a public figure, and that's how this happens. This is coming from Times Entertainment. Lil Nas X's father recalls visiting his son in jail, reveals they shed tears. I couldn't do anything. Lil Nas X's father, Robert Stafford, opened up about the recent experience of his son getting arrested in the middle of the night, recalling the moments. He revealed how they shed tears as it was painful to see the rapper behind bars. Quote, I went to visit him in jail, and as soon as I walked through the door, I couldn't do anything but cry. End quote, Stafford shared during an interview with the Times, before adding, quote, to see my baby boy on the other side of glass, we shed tears with each other for a minute, end quote. He had to reassure the 26-year-old that what was happening was completely normal. While breakdowns are supposed to happen, the only difference for Lil Nas X, born Montero Lamar Hill, was that it was public, reflecting on a significant moment. Stafford said that during the jailhouse reunion, the rapper apologized to people for seeing him in a vulnerable condition. Quote, even in that moment, he was apologizing to people for something he was going through, he said. So on August 21st, which was 10 days ago, the Old Town Road rapper was taken into custody at the early hours, wandering the street without clothes, but with white undergarments and cowboy boots. The viral clip showed him wearing the traffic cone on his head, according to Us Weekly. Soon after, he was hospitalized for a possible overdose and had 4 felony charges, 3 on counts of battery with injury to the police officer and 1 for resisting arrest by trying to batter the officer. After pleading not guilty, Lil Nas X was given bail on $75,000 after spending the weekend in jail. Additionally, the Los Angeles judge ordered him to attend rehab meetings, and the rapper agreed to it. Yeah. Man, I feel for him, and also I've been wondering recently, because there's so many instances like this with celebrities that have absolute, what I'm going to refer to as a meltdown, but there's probably a more apt term for it. Mental health issues, breakdown, meltdowns, arrests, all of those things. And which is it? What do you guys think it's more? Is it more the act of becoming a celebrity triggers something in people that causes this? Or people who are prone to this oftentimes are artists and therefore are more likely to be a celebrity? Like, which is it? You guys having a fully different conversation in the chat is wild. You guys have just decided to start chatting with each other. I get it though. It is like 2 a.m. for some of you guys on a holiday, and you've been boozing, which I love for you. No need to be sorry. This is your community as much as it is mine. You do you. And if you guys are not interested in the Lil Nas X story, let me tell you something. We don't need to talk about it. We don't need to. We can talk about anything else. You guys tell me. What do you want to talk about? Streamlabs.com/DoxyStryer or Super Chat in. What is it you want to know and want to hear? I want to read what's going on in the chat. Are you guys talking about your love lives? What is happening? I'm refreshing. I'm scrolling. I'm reading. I thought the Lil Nas X story was wild, but I think some of y'all don't think it is. You're tired of hearing that it'll happen when you least expect it. I know, it's so annoying. Everybody says it. Whether it's true or not, it's like, that's not helpful. It's not helpful information. Okay, let's see. I thought my head cold was a tragedy. Y'all are funny tonight. It's where we catch up, rock smell. Yeah, it is. It's a no. I really try to only say things that are helpful anymore. And so, like, people are just like, it will happen when you least expect it. It's like, that's not useful information. Like, I can't do anything with that. So, and it's different for everybody. Some of my friends, it's happened when they were really gunning for it, and some when they're not. So, yeah, it's not. I can't do anything with that. So I feel you, Mel. I do hope that it is a little bit helpful, like, especially when I think about, okay, the Whirl Girls, right? Like, Dorena's been in a relationship since she was like 20, 2 relationships. She's, poly, but she's had like very, very consistent love in her life, and so she has no idea what it's like to be single for decades. Steph has found the love of her life, and she is married and, like, on the fast track, going to Christian's show. Christian's obviously been married for over 10 years. Winston is with the love of his life. They live together. Coy is engaged to the love of his life. Mike has been with Shannon for, I think, 8 years, 9 years, crazy long time. Brett is obviously married. Brett and Kate married with kids. Same with Christian. Chris Carr married. I think I just named everybody on the channel. Did I miss anybody? No, I think that's pretty much everybody. And then same thing with when I was over at Screen Junkies. Like, everybody was in very serious relationships. Same thing over at Collider. Makuga, obviously. Ken obviously was. Like, just so many people who were in such long-term relationships that I am hoping Roka. Yeah, sorry, I didn't name Roka, but Roka and Lady Outlaw together forever. So I'm hoping that it's a little bit helpful when I talk about how much I've struggled with dating, because I feel like a lot of people that talk about their relationships, or like that you guys might watch that are in this community, they're all in very, very serious long-term relationships or married with children. And I'm not. And so I can't tell you, any of you guys, it happens when you least expect it, because I don't know that. But what I can say is that I have full faith that it's going to happen for me and anybody else that wants it to happen for them. And I'm going to keep trying and talk to you guys about it and give tips and talk about the struggles and all of that. And hopefully that makes people at least feel like they're in it with somebody who gets that this is fucking annoying and hard and isn't just saying things like, don't worry, it will happen for you. When you least expect it. And that's no shade on anybody who does say that, because I know people are trying to be positive and helpful, but I'm hoping that is a little bit helpful to know that, like, you guys know I'm a kind of normal person. Like, I'm not a psycho. I think I'm a good human. I try to, like, make myself presentable and be cute when I can. So I think that people would look at me and think like, she could probably be with somebody, but so far it hasn't worked that way. So anyway, that's why I kind of talk about it a lot. Some people are like, why do you talk about your personal life so much? And it's like, if that's not for you, then this show isn't for you. Like, so many shows where people don't do that. It's very vulnerable and hard to talk about your personal life. So if that's not for you. But anyway, so I never mind in the chat. Like, I'm talking about Lil Nas X and you guys are like, here's what's going on with me. I love that, because I also love that you guys are friends with each other and catching up and, like, talking about what really is going on in your lives. And that's why I started doing Live at the Roxy again consistently, so that we could talk about whatever we want to talk about, because we can't do that on other shows. So anyway, questions, comments, concerns, Dear Abby moments, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. That is what's good. I prefer what Michelle Obama said. The truth. You don't know if you're going to find someone. Yeah, I think that could be the truth, but, like, I think that we do know that we're going to find somebody. I don't know that I'm going to find somebody and like them enough to not be solo. Like, anybody can find somebody, but whether they find the right buddy is how I feel. I don't know, though. It's just one gal's opinion. Yeah. It was interesting too at the wedding this weekend. Like, when I started going to weddings, I think my first wedding I was 25 years old. So now this is 10 weddings I've been in and 10 years of weddings that I've been going to. My first wedding I was actually I was 7, but I mean, as an adult, the first one I was 25. And when I first started going to weddings or being in weddings, it was like hookup culture. There was a lot of eligible men and women, and a lot of times you would make out with somebody at a wedding, sleep with somebody at a wedding, go on a date with somebody after a wedding, flirt with somebody at a wedding, dance with somebody at a wedding. Like, it was very much a place to meet men or women. And I did. I never, just being fully transparent, I never slept with anybody at a wedding, because you guys know I'm very slow with that shit. But I definitely made out with several people at weddings, danced with people. I remember one time I went to my friend's wedding and I met this guy. I don't even remember what his fucking name was. And we, like, danced together all night. We're, like, by each other's side. I met him that night, by each other's side that night. Afterwards, went back to his hotel room, heavily made out. Then I left and went to my hotel room. And I'm being honest when I said all we did was make out. Then I went back to my hotel room. We woke up the next day. We had brunch together. We were sitting together laughing. And then we never spoke again, ever. And that was, like, so fun for me. I was probably like 26 or 27. I don't even know if he lived in California or where. I just met him at the wedding, and it was like, this is a blast for the night. So that was one wedding. I've been to many, many different weddings where I have crushed on somebody, made out with somebody, or whatever when I was in my 20s. So I couldn't have been 27, because I would have been with somebody else. Maybe it was earlier than that. Maybe I was, or maybe it was late at 29, maybe. Whatever it was, I was single. And oh yeah, it might have been when I went in between, like a breakup period with somebody or whatever. Anyway, it was like debaucherous fun. And now at 34, there's almost no single people at weddings. It's like come around completely the opposite, where everyone's in a relationship, almost everyone. And if they're not in a relationship, they are there for a very specific purpose, like groomsmen, like have something to do, or have flown in from ass far. And I'm not just gonna like, I don't know whether it's because I'm 34, but like I don't just like make out with somebody anymore. Like unless I dig somebody, unless I'm on a date with somebody, second date, or I'm gonna see that person again, or I'm really into somebody, I'm not gonna just make out with somebody. So there's no, like Grammy was asking me, she's like, did you meet any guys at the wedding? It's like, oh, that was not even close to on the table. Like that's not a thing anymore, at least not for the past several weddings I've been to. It's not a singles place anymore because most men in their 30s that are at a wedding are married, most likely with children. So that's been kind of an interesting shift. But luckily I was there with my best friend Ash, and we were staying together and having a blast and dancing together. So it was fucking ton of fun. And really classily, Lauren did give us both +1s, but I didn't have anybody I wanted to take. Maybe if I was still seeing that guy that ended things with me, I might have, but it was for the better that I did not, obviously. Yo, I've been live for 43 minutes. Where are the Streamlabs? Y'all not into me tonight? Or y'all just broke? I understand. Streamlabs.com/RoxyStryer. Send support if you got it. Yeah, that makes sense. No more make out, more mature time now. It's not like I would never make out with somebody, but it's just not like I feel like, you guys ever heard the expression make out whore? Like I feel like, not that I used to be a make out whore, but like if I saw somebody that I thought was cute, it was very likely we were going to make out that night. If they thought that I was cute, not just if I thought they were cute, but like if I was flirting with somebody somewhere, like a wedding or a birthday party or a bar or whatever, like I would just be making out with people. And like, what? Why would I do that now? Why would I just somebody's mouth, like, you know where the fuck that's been? But I didn't think about that when I was younger. I'd be like, yeah, let's kiss, see how it goes. Now it's like, oh my God, that person could be a serial killer. They could be filthy. I have no idea. They could have eaten cheese earlier. I could puke after. That's just how I feel. That's my in-depth analysis of it. Okay, Peacemaker. We're bouncing around. Yo, I'm obsessed with Peacemaker. You guys have seen 2 episodes, and I have seen 5, so I'll keep it brief, and I won't tell you guys anything other than I love it. I love this show. I think episode 3 is mwah, and then it takes off from there. So you guys let me know what you think with the first 2, but be prepared for the next one. I'm curious how you guys feel. Who's watching? Sam said, this is very important content. This is some rocket science here. Yeah, listen, I'm spitting facts, y'all. Spitting facts. In the Streamlabs, thank goodness. Streamlabs.com/RoxyStryer. Jess Kuo. Hi, haven't got a live for a while. Oh, I'm so happy you're here. I had a friend. Oh, no. I had a friend who got killed by his crazy ex, so I've been inactive for a bit. Oh, my God. Happy you're still doing your streams and hearing your random thoughts. I'm so sorry, babe. That is fucking terrifying. I mean, it's not exactly what I was just talking about, but talking about making out with randoms, it's just like you don't fucking know people sometimes. And some people are truly insane, in the membrane, batshit. That's an absolutely horrifying story. I get why you've been inactive. I'm so sorry that happened to you, and even more sorry about your friend. That's just fucking horrible. Wow. I'm so sorry. That's a crazy story. I'm glad I'm still doing my streams too. Hopefully it's a nice distraction for you, and thank you for coming back to us, Jess. John Booz in the Streamlabs. Streamlabs.com/RoxyStryer. Dude, Big Brother is weird this season. Thank God Rachel is still in the house. Keeps the feeds fun. I'm so with you, John Booz. Everybody that I'm talking to's favorite person is Keanu, and I don't get it. I am so team Rachel. I love Rachel. Rachel's the best. Man, Keanu's annoying as shit, but he is resilient, and I do like that. This season is bizarro pants, and Rachel keeps commenting on that. I didn't catch tonight's episode, though, so don't say shit. Don't spoil it for me, John Booz. Reviewed by Nick in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/RoxyStryer. Okay, now they're rolling, guys. Let's keep them rolling, because I'm going to get out of here soon, so send in that support. Dating is just not important to me since I'm turning 40 in 2 weeks. Companionship is important, but it's just not a priority for me anymore. I'm finding love in doing things that make me happy. Reviewed by Nick. I love this comment. I recently have been finding so much love in doing things that make me happy too. This is part of my saying yes to everything. I'm really enjoying my life, and I'm single. And I'm kind of doing everything that I ever dreamed of and hope to be doing more. And yeah, I also want to find companionship, but it's not going to prevent me from doing the things I want to do. And so I'm with you and on a lot of this. I will say though, Nick, if you want to find companionship, just make sure you're not taking yourself out of the game. In terms of, try to be in places where you are able to meet new people, new companions. Dating apps, grocery stores, the mall, hobbies, classes. I keep hearing from some of my single friends, or today there was a girl who was at the party who was single. I told you guys who I'd never met, but we were talking, and she's so devastated that she's single. And I don't feel that way, but she did. And she was telling me how devastated she was. She's single. She's 32. She's so confused on why she's single. And I was like, okay, so what do you do? Tell me about your days. And essentially, she doesn't do anything that would ever allow her to meet a new person. And if you're not leaving your house and you're not going in public and you're not finding ways to interact or meet people, if you're not going to a coffee shop, if you're not going to a bar, if you're not going to walk on hikes, if you're not going to take classes, Barry's boot camp, pottery class, tennis instruction, whatever, if you're not doing anything where you would meet somebody, or on an app, if you're not doing anything to meet somebody, then you're not going to meet somebody. Nobody's going to come knock on your door, although I wish they would. So try to include that in making the things that make you happy. Try to see which things that make you happy also allow you to meet new people. That's what I've been trying to do, at least. We'll see if it works, but that's kind of my thoughts. Okay. Are You My First? Speaking of dating. Who watched the show? It's on Hulu. This is the show where all virgins go on an island, and you see if you are going to lose your virginity to somebody. That's literally the premise of the show. I think Leonard Kim recommended this to me, and it sounded good, so I did. It's so sweet and wholesome. I kind of thought it was going to be stupid. But, they have the same dating woes. Oh, hi, Leonard. Speak his name and he shall appear. Did you recommend this to me, or did I make that up? It's so nice. And I did Team Farha. Why don't I even remember who that is? Let's see. I feel like I couldn't name one person's name on the show. Farha, are you my first? Images. Oh, I'm obsessed with her. Her name was Farha. I forgot her name. She was fucking hysterical. Okay, so those of you who don't know, she's a virgin, but she's an OnlyFans girl. And she just like read everybody for filth and was hysterical. And she was amazing. I literally can't name one person on the show. That's crazy. She was amazing. She was so funny. I kind of liked that guy she was with at the end, even though he was young, but obviously he wasn't meant for her. How does the internet feel about her? Why Farha is facing the most rejection, details revealed. What happened? Farha's OnlyFans revelation sparks constant rejection in Are You My First? Yeah, this is one guy she goes on a date with. He was like, I would never be with somebody from OnlyFans. Like, I could never date somebody there. And it was like, honey, she would never date you. That's the truth. She's the most talked about contestant. This is coming from Fandom Wire. Most women in the villa blend into the show's conservative theme. Farha stands out. From the very start, she faced rejection. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's true. What does she do on her OnlyFans? They didn't say on the show. I think she called herself a throat goat, so I have some theories on what she does on the show. I mean, on her OnlyFans. I hope this really boosted her OnlyFans. That would be amazing. That would be phenomenal. And I'd be so happy for her. All right, friends. Only here for a few more minutes. So Streamlabs in, Super Chat in. Cardi B's testimony. Did any of you guys hear this? Did any of you guys hear Cardi B's testimony? Okay. Let's see. I want to pull up some of her quotes. She was, I can't help it. She is so iconic with some of the things she said. Okay, testimony goes viral. Basically, she, let's see, CNN wrote an article on this. That's got to be the craziest sentence ever. Cardi B is bringing her unfiltered self to court, and it's drawing a crowd. Quote, 10 different looks, and my looks all kill. Cardi B raps on her song Money by swapping wigs, and serving candor. The Grammy-winning artist seems to have done just that during her testimony this week at a civil trial in Los Angeles. The case stems from a 2018 incident involving plaintiff Imani Ellis, a former building security guard who sued Cardi B for alleged assault during an interaction between the women in the hallway of a medical office where Ellis was employed. The artist, who was pregnant at the time and on her way to see her obstetrician, has denied the allegation. Ellis is seeking punitive and other damages that include medical expenses from a scratch on her face. Cardi B's courtroom testimony, which has been live streamed by Court TV, has recirculated across social media, has brought new attention to the 7-year-old case. Fans of Cardi B are far from surprised, as she's known to be slick with her words, both on and off the mic. Wow, I didn't realize this was from 7 years ago. That's crazy. Here are 3 exchanges during the trial that caught online attention. Quote, you want me to say it to her face? Unquote. While being questioned about their interaction, Cardi B was asked to testify about the language she directed towards Ellis in particular, the F word. She didn't hesitate to recall what she said. I said, bitch, get the fuck out of my face. Why are you in my face? Why are you recording me? Aren't you supposed to be security? She appeared confused when she was asked to repeat the words to Ellis. You want me to say it to her face? Her attorney raised an objection to that request, which was sustained by the judge. The hip-hop star testified that though she and Ellis exchanged words in 2018, their interaction did not get physical. Quote, she couldn't get a scratch from me because I didn't touch her. She didn't touch me. She was going to touch me, but she didn't get to touch me. It's wild. Quote, they're wigs, end quote. Cardi B was then 4 months pregnant from her first child, Culture, who she shares with Offset. When asked if she was disabled by the pregnancy, Cardi B had a quick response, quote, at that moment, when you're pregnant, I'm very disabled. You want me to tell you things I can't do? The whole courtroom started laughing at that point, which was Iconic. After asking Cardi B if she had black hair, blonde hair, or different color hair on the date of the alleged incident, Elsa's attorney asked her about her real hair. Quote, yesterday you had black hair, short hair. Today is blonde and long. Which one is your real hair? Are they both real? The lawyer asked during the cross-examination. Cardi B laughed before she responded, they're wigs. And then he said, okay, sorry, I didn't know that. It's a good wig today then. Like, what the fuck is going on? Anyway, if you guys haven't seen the footage, you should check it out. It was fucking hysterical. There was this one part where she called her security heavy or something like that. Talking about, they were asking, like, why did you think the security guard was bigger than you? And she was like, because I have eyes. Look at her. And then they were like, did you call her fat? And she's like, I wouldn't say that. I would say she's security heavy. Like, she looks like she could do security. Yeah, Brandy, I didn't call her fat. I called her a bitch. That's what she said. She's built like security. That's what it was. She's built like security. It was like iconic. Man, that really sent me. All right. Well, I talked about everything I said I would talk about. And no more Streamlabs I've rolled through. So we're going to get out of here in a couple minutes. Shout out to people who did Streamlabs and reviewed by Nick, John Boyce, Jessica O, The Domple, and Lloyd Nance, my people. You guys are the only reason I'm able to continue doing the show. I appreciate you. You guys rock. And it's nice to spend till 11 o'clock with you. So much love. I will be back. I'm trying to book a flight to leave, not tomorrow, but the next day, to go to Massachusetts. I'm homesick. I haven't been able to be there. And I really want to see my niece. So I'm going to try to do that. And other than that, I should be with you guys on Wednesday. And I should be. Oh, I don't know that I'm going to do a Christian show on Tuesday. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it at that time. Yeah. I got to figure out when I can do a show. I do not know. I got some thinking to do. I got to figure shit out. Anyway, much love. Stay safe, stay sane. Put down the toilet seat and lid. You don't want those perfumes. Don't trample with the Holocaust. Justice for all the people who've lost their lives due to excessive force. My body, my choice. We're around the rainbow. We love you. We stand with the women of Iran, some of the bravest women we've ever seen, and golden sparkles for the Zen one himself. Enjoy your weekend. Hope you're a little tipsy, unless that's not your thing. And I can't wait to chat with you guys next. Thanks for this late night one. It was a fun one. Later, homies.